Hi, my name is Sebastian Ucredi with TechMD, where IT is built around you. Welcome to another episode of TechPulse, where we dive into topics that empower business leaders to make informed decisions. Today, I'd like to share with you the final highlights of a conversation I facilitated between members of TechMD's executive team. The topic at hand was cybersecurity and the way business leaders should respond to the changing cybersecurity landscape. So let's switch gears to talk about cybersecurity. Have there been any big developments, in terms of maybe challenges, opportunities on the cybersecurity front that you can share?
Speed of attack has increased dramatically. The platform that they're attacking has really kind of honed in on Microsoft 365.
Even volume. I mean, you're sharing like what of the clients we monitor, we're seeing 5 or 6 attacks a week.
Yeah.
So,
and those are the ones that were actively looking for anomalous behavior.
right.
And the other like really big mover is the dwell time. So it used to be that someone would attack, gain entrance to your company, and they'd sit in there for 20 to 30 days, just kind of looking around, trying to see where the economic benefit to them was, whether it was capturing your data, threatening to publish it, whether it was encrypting it, whether it was doing some of this, this billing stuff that we're hearing all kinds of. It's down to 24 hours. So it went from 20 to 30 days to 24 hours. And the way that the criminal element is job shopped, it's big business, cybercrime, it's, number 1 is gain credentials. Number 2 is gain access. Number 3 is dwell and figure out economic benefit. Number 4 is act and get ransomware. All of that is sold through the entire process. So it's an entire industry of folks working together,
Right.
using artificial intelligence to create landing pages and logos and messaging, right? So early days of cybercrime, you'd get an email from, a Nigerian prince, and the grammar would be terrible, and you could see it really quickly, easily go, all right, that's bad news, right? Now it's really difficult.
Yeah.
It actually, we're at the point where most human beings aren't going to be able to tell.
The human element is the hardest, our hardest one to protect.
Yeah.
It's funny. We've done training for years on cybersecurity, probably what be 5 years at least that we started doing this. And the human element's always been the weak link, right? That's not going to change in any of these scenarios. And I think that is part of the shift too. People are realizing you're not going to solve this problem with a tool, right? You're not going to solve it with a SIM or a SOC. Those are all important monitoring aspects and you need them. But that policy and procedure, I think we've seen a lot of movement in that in the last year of people starting to adopt change in their environment. That's changing behavior of people and employees that reduce that risk.
One of our challenges is you have these highly compliant industries that are quicker to adopt some of this advanced cyber tools and processes and procedure we're putting in place. The stuff required now just to meet minimum requirements it's been an education to our clients. It's a whole different game now, and it's evolved so quickly. And if you think of the rate of change from just 2 years ago, today, even when we have a dedicated internal CISO, right? With our SOC 2, Type 2, and all the stuff we invest in, right? Think of how hard it is for our clients to understand that journey, right? So it doesn't understand tech. We understand tech.
So is there anything that the TechMD is doing differently to respond, or is it just a beefed up, more muscular sort of response to cybersecurity?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's both and.
Yeah. We've done a really good job. We have a sister company called Integer Security, right? Dedicated engineers, right? It's a combination of tools, the processes, right? And then aligning ourselves to a standard, right? So that's what we're trying to do. That's what we are doing for our clients. And what I see at smaller MSPs or different MSPs, competitors out there, they'll sell a tool and and they'll say, you're good,
Right.
right? Or your Microsoft score is this, you're good, right? So there is no, first off, you gotta set the expectation. There is no you're good when it comes to fighting cybersecurity, right? There's a multi-pronged approach that it takes. And the human side of it is, I think, what we do differently more than most, right? So we are going through, we felt so strongly, our managed service agreements include end user education. Pay to play, right? Includes EDR.
I think what we've done really differently is it's not a person, right? It's not a tool. It's not a data set, right? You're putting that all together. You got to have the tools. You got to have the monitoring. You got to have the people actually looking at it. And then you got to start going around the environment based on what you learn, start closing doors in the environment. So the bad guys can't just walk in through open doors, right? So it's putting all of those together. And I think that's really where we are different in the way we do things. So many people say, I'll sell you a tool and you're good.
Right.
Right. Or here's some procedures, put your name on them and show them your team and you're good. And it's not, because it is an ever-changing landscape. And every day you feel like you're good and you're not. And you just got to keep going through the environment. And doors get opened accidentally too, right? This isn't a thing where you fix that door over there, just like in your house, and my kid goes by and opens it up and I got to go close it that night again, right? Like it's the same thing that our employees are doing every day. So we got to keep going through the house.
The threat landscape is changing so dynamically minute by minute. And you have to have a separate group of people keeping track of what's going on. And so being able to have the different threat intel that we have in that group, the deeds, the ability to react quicker to zero-day vulnerabilities, to the latest, greatest cyber criminal activity requires that level of focus. And you just can't do it as a generalist.
Well, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, and we'll see you again. Take care.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.